All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BASHAM, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And the title of this lesson is going to be, For Men Shall Be Lovers of Their Own Selves. And as you can see, this picture is a painting by an Italian painter named Caravaggio back in the late 1500s. And it's a depiction of a figure in Greek mythology named Narcissus. The painting name is Narcissus. Okay, and pretty much the tale goes in Greek mythology that Narcissus, he fell in love with himself. He was a young boy. His mother warned him not to look at himself, pretty much. And a time came where Narcissus, he says he was very handsome in the story, and he ended up at some body of water, either it was a lake or a pond, where he walked up to this body of water and he saw his reflection, and seeing his reflection, he ended up falling in love with himself. And the story goes, he realizes that he can't love himself, and some story goes he stabbed himself. Other story goes he starved himself, and anyways he ended up dying, and he turned into a plant. And that plant today is the Narcissus plant, other words known as the daffodil. So really going into, man, there's nothing new under the sun. This whole narcissistic, in other words, having excessive, the Google definition, having an excessive or erotic interest in oneself and physical appearance, being self-absorbed, self-obsessed, conceited, things of that nature, is nothing new. Men, like the title of this lesson, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, and these are one of the things the Most High has warned of us to watch out for as a sign of the last days. This whole I'm a God spirit, I love yourself, it all goes back to in today's terms, it's in a nutshell, that's Satanism. In other words, it falls under the Satanism falls under the category of ego theism. Ego meaning self, theism meaning God. So self God. So making yourself a God, is the term, comes the term deification. A deity, is a God. Deifying means that to make yourself a God, pretty much deification. Ego. That's the definition of ego theism. Is deification of the self. You either to treat somebody as a God or a deity, or call yourself a God. And they say, it says the view that the idea of God is nothing more than a concept of the self. A concept meaning understanding. So know yourself. And again, that's Satanism in a nutshell. So people are always saying love yourself, love. They don't know what they worship. They don't know the things that they're saying. They don't understand the wisdom, that they're using. Just obviously worldly wisdom, which is left hand side wisdom. That's why it says in Corinthians, for Satan has disguised himself as an angel of light. These vain philosophies. And basically, like the title lesson again, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. And this picture is a perfect depiction of it. You see, he's looking at himself, and he has an affection towards himself. Like if there's another self, like physically, he would want to have sex with it. One, that's homosexuality. A man and a man is not convenient. That's destructive and disgusting, and that's an abomination. And loving yourself. That's pride. Of course, there's a balance. It says in scriptures, he that is evil to himself, to whom will you do good? So you're not supposed to do evil to yourself. Of course that. But, scriptures also say at the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High. Okay, pride was not made for man. Okay, saying you're a God, saying fall in love with yourself. All right, saying you don't need a woman. Okay, and not be able to procreate. That's against the ways of YAHAWASHI Shai. That's not the true knowledge of the Most High. Okay, and that's not pro-life. That's death. All right, and you end up, saying, in your pride, what Kanye said, I am a God, so hurry up with my massage, or hurry up with my damn massage, something like that. Right? The beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High. Okay, and when you depart from the Most High, you don't keep His commandments. All right, you don't do the things that He says to do. All right, because in your eyes, you have the answers. In your eyes, you are the Most High. Okay, and that goes back to Esau. All right, and that's his philosophy, it's his wine that he's gotten everybody drunk and off of. Okay, that's why you have these celebrities. Okay, what is it? The word for it? I think is it apotheosis. Apotheosis. Basically is the glorification of someone to like a God level. All right, pretty much treating a human, a mortal man, as a God. Okay, and we know in Psalms it says, you are gods and all your children are Most High. But what is the second part of that precept? You shall die like men. All right, we're still mortals. Okay, you cannot prolong your life. You can't add a cubit to your stature. Okay, you can't go without eating for a period of time, or without killing yourself, starving yourself. Okay, you cannot go without, breathing oxygen. Okay, there's boundaries as a mortal man. But in your pride, saying you're a God, that's going to be to your demise. Okay, because who's going to save you in these last days to come? If you're a God, why are you here? Did you choose to? Did you just feel like coming down here and being down here and being amongst mortals? Are you so superior that it's a privilege for your presence to be here? Okay, if you're so great, then fly out of here. Okay, if you're so great, again, why are you here in this mortal shell? All right, and all this goes back to ancient Egypt. Okay, a prime example would be Imhotep the Fourth. Okay, which he changed his name later to Akhenaten. Okay, meaning he who acts on behalf of the Atan. Okay, and basically he made a god up where only he was the one that could talk to him. He was the only one that could talk to him, and he would give revelations from that power and nobody else, and he would speak to the people. All right, so this is nothing new. All right, that's why Jake loves this Egyptology stuff. Okay, that's why Jake always wants to say he's Egyptian. He wants to say he's African, because it all goes back to his pagan worship. Okay, but let's just get started in this lesson. Okay, going to the title of this lesson where the precept is in 2 Peter 3rd chapter. So I'm gonna start at 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come. Oh, Slaki, no, I'll get that next. 2 Timothy, Slaki, the precept is in 2 Timothy. Oh wait, is it in 2 Timothy? No, yeah, it's in 2 Timothy. Slaki, 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, and I start at the top of the first verse. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. So this is the times we're in. All right, we're in perilous times. We're in times of great evil. All right, The beginning of Jacob's trouble, the beginning of sorrows. All right, a lot of things getting ready to come upon the earth, and a time like has never ever been before on this earth. All right, Daniel's 12th chapter. Okay, again, monumental evils. Okay, evils on a scale never seen before. Okay, and it's all going to be in a very short amount of time. Okay, all compact. All right, for these last days. And continuing, 2 Timothy 3 and 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Okay, this is going into all the adjectives describing the people of this generation. Okay, covetous, boasters. Covetous, meaning lustful, right? Boasters, I am a god. I'm a god. It's madness. Okay, you're a god, but you still gotta sleep. You still gotta eat. Again, you still gotta go to work, right? You can't prolong your life. All right, there's no elixir for immortality. The only way you can reach immortality is through YAHAWASHI, and that's through obedience to Him, not trying to go some other way. All right, just because you speak these big, proud words, all right, these great words, you're not justified. Okay, and in the times we're heading into, you people are getting to figure out you're just men. You're just men, women, and children. All right. If you're so great, redeem yourself from death. Okay, stop yourself from dying. All right, and the answer is you can't. All right, blasphemers, that's blasphemy. All right, saying you are the Most High, that's blasphemy. All right, painting yourself, that Kanye spirit. Okay, he got himself hanging as he's the Messiah with thorns and the crown of thorns. Okay, calling himself the Savior. He has millions and millions and millions of followers. Okay, so that philosophy is pushed upon all these people. All right, and Jake loves that ideology. All right, I'm a god, and it's not talking about the Elohim. Okay, they're really telling themselves and believing that they are the Most High. Okay, disobedient to parents. All right, that's our this generation in a nutshell. Okay, rebellious, unthankful, unholy. All right, continuing 2 Timothy 3 and 3, without natural affection, meaning pretty much hardened against one another, pretty much hardened against one another. All right, having no compassion. Okay, talks about that in Job about our the mothers of our nation. They're hardened against their young ones, their little ones, roughly paraphrasing, right? As if they're not their own, our own people. All right, without natural affection, because these curses. But no, it's an ideology, a philosophy that our people live by. Okay, me. What they want to talk about. Fuck bitches, get money. Do as thou wilt, do what you want. Because there's what? Because in their mind, there's no judge. There's no consequences for actions. You only live once. Live it up, die young. Live fast, die young. Right? Very destructive mindsets. And these are the majority of the thoughts of these people of this world. All right? Continuing truce breakers. Okay, you can't keep a promise with nobody in this world because they don't have no standard to uphold. Okay. Continuing false accusers, incontent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Going back way back to the beginning with Cain and Abel. All right, Cain despised Abel. Why? Because Abel was righteous and Cain was wicked. As simple as that. All right, 2 Timothy 3 and 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded. Okay, proud looks. These people have proud looks. Okay, like they can't do no wrong. All right, they're on the high horses, thinking that everything's sweet. If they just put their mind to it, then it'll be achieved. And you're right. But who do you go to get the success on this side, the left-hand side? Okay, again, this is going into Satanism. Okay, the worshiping of the left-hand side. And there's many indirect ways to worship Satan. Okay, that's why scriptures say they're wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction. There are many ways to be destroyed. Okay, there's only one way that leads to righteousness and rest for your souls, and that's through YAHAWASHI. Okay, but people are dismayed. They're spiritually discerned. They don't understand because they've been blinded because of their deeds. They hate the light. They love darkness because they love the darkness because their deeds aren't reproved. This world allows you to do these things. This world says it's okay. Okay? This world says it's okay. All right? But it's not okay. And you people are getting ready to learn the hard way. All right? And all people want to do is be seen. When something happens, for example, prime example is Amazon. The Amazon burning. Everybody want to post about, the Amazon's burning. But why is the bitch burning? Okay? And why are you even posting? Because people don't care. People have been desensitized. They have no idea what's going on. Okay? And nor do they care, because they're not going to give up their security, all right, and their happiness, so they call it, for the compassion or empathy of others. They see the things going on in Gaza and things like that. Kids being bombed and all type of hell going on around the world. All right, but people just thinking a post. All right, and that's that self-righteousness spirit. I'm just so righteous. Let's do this, let's do that, and they're not gonna do shit. Just sitting on the couch, and just gonna continue on doing what they've been doing. Okay, because there's no repercussions. No one's putting them in place. All right, and women are the number one as far as in this category. All right, because this is a woman's spirit. Okay, and that's the whole world. It's ran by a woman's spirit. All right. I read 2 Timothy 3 and 4 again. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. Exactly. They want to feel good. They want feel-good food. They want feel-good music. All right. They want feel-good drugs, feel-good movies. Right. Happy endings. Things that keep them comfortable. All right, always giving into pleasures, making themselves feel good, and not at all taking, the pill of harsh reality. All right, they taking the blue pill. All right, because ignorance is bliss, ignorance is happiness, and these people are willingly ignorant. So it's not no more ignorance. Okay, you people are just stupid. All right, and again, you people think you can carry on doing these same things because you don't get judged for it. All right, and even if you do, Most High might give you warning. You'll do something off and you get in a car accident. Jake will do something off, he commit adultery. And the man's lady, well, the woman's man, Salakia, comes in the house and busts him up. All right, and then Jake wanted to have a RIP t-shirt with him with angel wings, but that nigga was a demon. Okay. People really don't understand the judgment of the Heavenly Father. All right. There's a whole aspect of reality these people can't tap into. That's why, brothers always say these people are low level, because they can't get the big picture, nor will they. Okay, they will never come into this truth or into this knowledge, because their heart is not right, and at the end of the day, the Most High has blinded them. All right, But continuing to 2 Timothy 3 and 5, having a form of godliness. These people have a form of godliness, right? They wear nice clothes. They have nice things. Okay, their status. Some men have great statures. All right. Some women are extremely beautiful, right? But on the inside, man, they're ugly. They're torn. They're destructive, and they're disgusting. All right. That's why you're not supposed to judge the outward countenance of a man. Okay. They have a form of godliness. Okay. Again, these celebrities, these professional athletes, these entertainers, right? These successful businessmen, entrepreneurs, right? Party promoter, whatever, any type of public figure, right? They have a form of godliness, or what? Continuing, but deny the power thereof. But deny the power thereof. They deny YAHAWASHI, the one that has given you those benefits. Who allows Satan to give you prosperity in this world? You don't understand the power structure of the spirit. This world, no question, is ran in wickedness. All right, Job 9 and 24. But the power has been given to the wicked. Given. The wicked didn't say, I'm going to rebel against the Most High, do what the hell I want to do. No. The left-hand side goes to the Heavenly Father and asks for permission. Nothing in existence is without the guidance of YAHAWASHI. Okay? The true authority, the true power over all existence is YAHAWASHI, which is the right hand side, the righteous. All right, which people have no idea what righteousness is. That's why when you see men out here on the highways and byways, you're dismayed. You get angry, right? Because you fear what you don't understand. You don't understand what righteousness is. Okay, prime example, YAHAWASHI. They called him a devil. All right, and he's out here doing wonderful works and miracles. Healing people. Is that not what you people go to with these palm readers and these psychics, right? These fortune tellers. It's because they don't understand righteousness. All right. And it's because righteousness is foreign to here, to this place, in the most wickedest kingdom in the history of the earth. I said existence. I don't know. I can't speak that. I'm not sure. But as far as the scriptures go, all right, Babylon the Great is the wickedest kingdom ever to exist. All right. No other kingdom known, okay, or written down, all right, is more wicked than this place, Babylon the Great. Okay. There's no question this is the wickedest kingdom ever. Okay. And people wonder why this world is ran in such chaos. All right, it's ran by pure evil. All right, so people conform. They see the power and they conform. Not, and like the scripture just said, but denying the power thereof, meaning ignoring the light and choosing darkness. Continuing, from such turn away. Keep away from these people. Keep away from this madness. All right, because it will turn you inside out. All right. Continuing 2 Timothy 3:6, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Again, a prime example, I get an example of Jake and that adultery. All right, continuing, ever learning, and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Why? Because they can't put that off. They love the ways of darkness. That's why scriptures say, "Woe to them." Roughly paraphrasing that, take darkness for light and light for darkness. Okay. Here it is. You're in darkness and you're calling it light. That's madness. It's pitch black, and you saying, "Damn, it's bright as hell in here." That's madness. Okay. And that's the people of this world. And that's exactly what they are, madmen. All right. So moving on to the next precept. This is 2 Peter 3, which I misquoted at the beginning. It's 2 Peter 3, and I start at verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. All right, they scoff because they think that the way that they live is much better than the way that you live. All right, that their way is better. Okay, so they laugh and mock at you because you got it wrong. All right, talking about the brothers in this truth. This is how they think. The scoffers think you got it wrong. All right, and they're scoffing because they're getting cut, they're torn. All right, they're wounded. A wounded spirit who can bear, so they lash out. They lash out because they're convicted. Okay, that's why they have to say something, because it's irking them on the inside. So it gets blurted out. You know, they'll start calling you niggas and this and that and whatever you may have it, because in the inside they know they're wrong, but because of pride they're not going to admit that they're wrong. All right, they envy the light. Okay, because we're in the spirit and they're in the flesh. Right, walking after their own lust. All right, that they're right in their own mind. All right, following after things that make them feel good. Okay, make them feel good. Okay, but again, this is not a right. This is a sick mind state to be in. All right, that's why it says in Romans, the 1st chapter, the Most High gave them up to their uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. Okay, they like it says, they dishonored their own bodies between themselves. All right, you know, and going back into this, was the word deification? You know, making yourself a god. All right, it says in the same next precept, was it Romans 1:25, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. All right. Was it I don't know how to pronounce it. You know, this Greek, you know, apotheosis, damn tongue twister. You know, the glorification of, you know, a man to a God level. Okay, people have posters on the walls, you know, with Beyonce and okay, this is all demonic worship. Okay, and people see this as innocent. Oh, it's so cute. Nah, man, that's not cool. All right, and it's disgusting. Because what can these people honestly do besides sing and run fast? You know, just getting to the point, they're just men. All right, they're creatures. They're not creators. Okay. And you know, one of the, you know, in the world, one of the things I fell after is that whole universe thing. You know, the universe spirit. You know, saying, you know, you are a creator. You can create your own reality and this and that. Okay. You know, the Most High gives you over to that. Okay, thinking you have free will, thinking you're the only one that shapes your reality. That's false. There's numerous things out of your control. All right, but what happens is ignorance. You ignore. Like it's read in the last precept, you deny the power thereof. Okay. But continue in 2 Peter 3 and 4 and saying, where is the promise of his coming? All right, and this is going to, people thinking that YAHAWASHI is not going to return. Okay, that's why it says in the last days, perilous times shall come. Right? You don't think this don't piss the Most High off? He destroyed kingdoms for the same philosophy, yet it's back again. And it's even worse. So you cut off one disease, you think you cut off the disease, you thought you cut off the disease, and I'm just speaking as a man, you cut off the disease and it grows back worse. All right, that's what you call a cancer, a tumor. All right. And it's back again, okay, here in Babylon the Great. All manner of wickedness and worship goes on here, and none of the true power. Besides the men you see out here on the highways and byways. All right, that small sanctuary. All right, where the light dwells, the truth dwells. In the midst of all of this darkness, the light shines forth, because light always overcomes darkness. But people block their eyes and say, and start melting pretty much. My eyes. Okay? They don't come into the light. They hate the light. They want to block it. They want to cut it off. They say it's too bright in here, right? But continuing, since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Damn, that's heavy. For this they willingly are ignorant of. Exactly. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. And that's a whole mouthful, okay? But in the ancient times, going back to the flood, all right, the times of Noah, okay, how the world was judged by the floods, and everyone that was in those floods perished. The same thing is coming again. All right, but this time it's going to be by fire via these nuclear missiles. Okay, a lot of people live ungodly in this world. That goes into why a lot of people are getting ready to be destroyed, because inwardly and outwardly, because the inward is a reflection of the outward. All right, these people are abominations, okay, and they have to be wiped away. This place has to be cleansed, all right, because it's filthy. All this confusion, the Most High is sick of it. That's why he says he's no longer gonna hold his tongue as far as touching their wickedness, okay, that they profanely commit. They continually exercise every single day, praying to who knows what, calling them who or who knows who. All right, in the morning you pray to yada yada, and then in the afternoon you pray to yada yada. Okay, it's confusion. All right, and they're just entertaining left-hand spirits. Okay, and the Most High is gonna wipe all this away. All right, just like he did before. Okay, there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter, and the things that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there's no new thing under the sun. Okay, as Most High destroyed these places of old for this nonsense, you don't think it's gonna happen again? And you think it's going to happen worse since it already happened? And you saw the example, and you read about it, and you heard about it, but it's been so long time, you ignore it. Why? Because the Most High is long suffering. But this world is going to pay. Okay, 2 Kings 15. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, that's the time we're heading into. All right, and understand why. Because the people, all right, the Most High has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, of this earth. All right, the inhabitants. That's the issue. The people. So that's getting ready to be fixed. Okay. So bye-bye to all this nonsense. All right, very soon. So live it up. Do what you gotta do. All right, have fun. And I say this facetiously. In a joking manner. Okay, talking about the people of this world. Okay, and enjoy your last moments of this folly. All right, because the true judge, the true power, being YAHAWASHI is getting ready to visit this earth. All right, and it's not going to be a friendly altercation with the elected will, because we understand, and knows why I can endure and onto the end, because it'll be a great disappointment if somehow, some way, I'd fall back into this nonsense. You can see clear as day this is foolishness. Okay, and you say, why do YAHAWASHI for waking me up to this folly? Okay, that's what I talked about, returning back to your vomit. Okay, there's no way, man. Obviously I say Lord's will, you fall back into this, because you can see crystal clear that this is not the way to go. All right, this is not it. All right, and because of the Most High's mercy, He's woken us up. He called us out of the world, away from this. All right, He's separating us from this nonsense. Okay, this destructive, disgusting philosophy. All right, and that's why Most High says, pray not for this people. Okay, this place is going to be utterly wasted and good riddance. All right, righteousness is getting ready to be put in authority, and all this wicked madness is going to be put out. All right, call out YAHAWASHI. All right, but those ones is edifying, and as always, want to give our praises to YAHAWASHI, BASHIM Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Shalom.